Hello everyone, I am Douglas E. Welch and welcome back to another episode of WordPress Wednesday. Now last time we talked about including images in your WordPress blog post. Today we're going to talk about including other media types. Now first of all, we're going to concentrate on a very popular media type, and that is of course YouTube videos. Now YouTube videos usually have an embed code that allows you to embed the video directly into your blog post so people can play it without leaving your website. And the way you access that is on any YouTube video. When you look at it, you'll see a variety of options here, including the share option. If we click share, we'll notice there are a couple of options here. We're going to say embed, and we get a little piece of HTML code. Now, of course, when you're going to embed this in your blog post, there are a few things to remember. First of all, you'll notice in your WordPress post editor, we have two tabs up here, visual and text. Visual is just what it says. It's a visual representation of your blog post, whereas text is the actual underlying HTML code. Now, if we're in visual mode though, and we come in here and I simply paste that embed code in, it looks fine, except if we go to the text mode, we'll notice that the HTML has been damaged, corrupted. It has been changed into text. Notice that the less than and the greater than signs have been turned into other HTML codes. Now what's going to happen is if we go ahead and preview this video, preview this post, it's not going to show the video here. It's turned this embed code into text, which is not what we want. So if you're going to embed a YouTube video in your blog post, it's important to first go into text mode, then paste the embed code in, and then when we go back to visual mode, you'll notice there's now a placeholder showing you where the video will be embedded in the final blog post. Now in some special cases, YouTube included, you can actually simply paste the URL of the YouTube video in, and WordPress will recognize it as such and convert it into the YouTube embed. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the embed code we put in there previously. We're going to come over here to our YouTube video. We're going to say share this video. Here's the bare link. We're going to copy that link. We're going to go back to our blog post, and we're simply in visual mode. We're simply going to paste in that URL. Now, if everything's gone correctly, I should be able to preview that. WordPress will have noticed that that's a YouTube link, and it's going to embed the video right there in our blog post. Now, unfortunately, in this case, we don't get a lot of control over that embed. It kind of does a default embed, a default size to match the WordPress theme you're using, but it can be a very easy way to get YouTube videos into your blog posts. Now, if you're not hosting your own WordPress blog, but instead are using Wordpresscom, well, you get a few other options that make things a little bit easier for you. Here we are in a blog post on my Wordpresscom blog, and we can use the Add Media button in this case to add our YouTube videos. When we're on Wordpress.com, we get a variety of options here, including Insert Tweet, Insert YouTube, Insert from URL. We're going to say Insert from YouTube. WordPress is going to ask us, well, what type of videos do you want to include here? Well, I can actually go to By User. I happen to know my YouTube username is DE Welch. I say search. It presents me with all the videos it knows about for this user account, including our last episode of WordPress Wednesday. We're going to select that video. We could select others as well. You'll see we can select multiples using the little check marks there. We're going to uncheck that one. And then we can say down here, insert into post. Now you'll notice that what WordPress.com did is it included that straight YouTube link, just like we did ourselves manually on our self-hosted WordPress blog. So if I hit preview again here, you'll see that the video is automatically embedded in the blog post. What you gain using WordPress.com is just that little ease of being able to search a variety of YouTube videos, basically any video on YouTube, using its name, using its playlist, whatever, or by the user itself, and actually turn up whichever YouTube video you want to embed much more easily than having to go and visit it actually on the YouTube site. Now, besides YouTube, there may be other times when you need to use this text mode, this HTML mode, in order to include embedded items in your WordPress blog. So here we are back on a self-hosted WordPress blog, my hosted blog, and we're going to use another option. We're going to go to a Flickr picture. So here's one of my pictures on Flickr, and using the options down here, I can actually tell Flickr, hey, give me the code to embed this photo in my blog post or in my website. So there's our little piece of HTML. We can simply copy that. And again, remember when we're pasting in HTML, if we paste it in visual mode, which we're in right now, it'll look fine, but then if we look at it in text mode, you'll see that it's broken. So what we're going to do is instead, we're going to select that text, we're going to remove it, we're going to be in text mode, we're going to say paste in text mode. That will keep the HTML as it stands. It won't alter the greater thans and less thans and other items in there. Now if we switch back to visual mode, you'll see then the HTML is interpreted and the photo is embedded in. Now if you're on WordPress.com, if you're using the hosted version of WordPress, you will be limited a bit to what items you can embed into your blog post. Most importantly, WordPress does not allow you to embed anything that requires the script HTML code or the iframe HTML codes. It will simply break those links and it will not show them or embed them in a WordPress.com hosted blog post. So be aware of that. Sometimes you may have to get a little creative. In the case of this Flickr embeds, though, of course, they're just using a standard link and a standard image code to embed that picture, so therefore WordPress has no trouble with that at all. Well, I hope this episode of WordPress Wednesday has been helpful to you for embedding images and YouTube videos and other elements into your WordPress blog post, whether you're using a self-hosted blog like my Word, or you're using the hosting services over at WordPress.com. Images and videos really help to dress up your blog posts, so try to include them whenever you can. Until next time, keep on blogging. For more information on WordPress, visit WordPresscom.